Lately I've been doing better than the last four cold December.
Beautiful nights.
And I thank God every day.
I'm in love with Eden.
For the girl he sent my way.
She's breaking the trust.
But I know the things he gives, he can take away.
Hi.
You ready for this?
Hello would have been normal.
The final vows.
Jack, you're my soulmate. I am.
All of Australia has been dying to see.
Seeing you so willing to lie to make me look bad astonished me.
These beautiful things that I've got, please stay.
I felt stupid for even being part of this relationship.
The experiment's most unpredictable love twist.
Tori, so how can I commit?
The unmissable
I'm sorry.
These beautiful things that I've
final vows. Sunday.
That survive droughts and medical research. For more ways universities benefit us all, visit universitiesmatter.edu.au.
When my hearing changed, Audica understood. I don't just want to keep hearing my friends. I want to keep being me.
Book a hearing check with one of our experts and see how our personalised care can help you keep being you. Love your ears at Audica.
Sunboost is continuing to hold prices down on leading home solar systems and batteries. The huge 6.6 kilowatt premium system held to an unbeatable $36.91. Pair with a home battery with up to $1,000 off till March 31 only.
Call 1300 Sunboost.
Looking for that BCFing Easter feeling? The hunt starts here. Treat them to these excellent outdoor deals. Catalog out now.
That BCFing feeling is BCFing fun.
Aussie Science. It's everywhere, from keeping our food fresh to giving us glimpses of the future to advanced expert pet nutrition that's formulated for every stage of your pet's life. Aussie Science isn't just for us, it's for them too.
Jack sold his motorbike in his 20s to buy Mia's engagement ring. Today, it's his turn for a surprise. IMB Bank, right by you.
The world's greatest chef is back down under. Gordon Ramsay
Welcome to Food Stars Australia.
is searching for Australia's next
A hangover relief beverage. We make a sauce called the bed.
Say that again.
big food idea.
Come together as a team, please.
Gordon Ramsay's Food Stars starts tonight, 7:30 on 9 and 9 Now. In the season finale,
I actually had an issue between you and I.
it's Hamish versus Andy in the trial of the century.
Order. Here's the complaint. Hamish had a treadmill he didn't want. Andy said he'd take the treadmill off Hamish's hands, but went on to sell it.
And not tell me he sold it.
Who's right?
The gift is a gift.
Who's wrong?
I felt lied to.
Inadmissible, irrelevant.
The 100 decides.
Results are in.
The season finale tonight after Food Stars on 9 and 9 Now.
Ken?
Tonight, two people found guilty of a 2021 murder where a Hunter man was gunned down in his own car.
The federal government moves to rush through new immigration laws before another High Court ruling.
Hundreds farewell alleged murder victim Jesse Baird with emotional tributes.
The US mansions of rapper Sean Diddy Combs raided in a sex trafficking sting.
And the other painful injury hampering Panthers superstar Nathan Cleary.
This is NBN News with Gavin Morris and Natasha Beyersdorf.
Good evening. Two men have been found guilty of murdering a Hunter drug dealer almost 3 years ago.
A jury today deciding Elijah Cage and Max Lowcock planned to rob David King in August 2021 and went to the ice deal armed with a shotgun.
3 men, 1 deadly drug deal. A murderous ice rip carried out by Max Lowcock and Elijah Cage against David King. The 54-year-old was gunned down in his own car on a quiet Saltash street while trying to flee the pair as they tried to rob him of 14 grams of the drug. Cage and Lowcock stood trial for murder, with the prosecution arguing it was Lowcock who fired the fatal shot. Both men, along with Tyson Stamp, their alleged getaway driver, were also accused of kidnapping the woman who set up the deal. She told the jury while she didn't see Cage or Lowcock get into Mr. King's vehicle with a firearm, after the shooting, she saw Elijah get out of the car first on the passenger side and claimed Max got out of the back seat carrying the gun. The woman also gave evidence that Mr. King had the gun in his car when she bought drugs from him the night before. She claimed King allowed her to hold the sawn-off shotgun so she could be filmed with it, with mobile phone footage which showed her parading the gun shown to the jury. Ultimately, though, it was evidence the jury simply didn't buy, instead finding it was Lowcock and Cage who brought the shotgun to the planned robbery. Both men were this afternoon found guilty of murder, with all 3 men acquitted of kidnapping. Following the verdicts, Lowcock appeared overwhelmed and asked to leave the courtroom. Sentencing will begin in May.
And Chief Court Reporter Tyson Cottrell joins us now. Tyson, what's next for Stamp?
Well, Tash and Gav, after more than 2 years in custody, is now a free man. Given he was found not guilty of kidnapping his barrister, Peter Christenthal, he immediately applied for bail this afternoon. That wasn't opposed by the prosecution and it was granted on a number of conditions. Now, Stamp did plead guilty to burning the getaway car, so he'll be sentenced for that in May.
All right, thank you, Tyson. Federal Parliament is urgently reviewing new immigration laws designed to prevent more detainees being released after a High Court ruling saw dozens of criminals freed last year. Tonight, the government is attempting to rush through legislation before another landmark case.
Division required. Ring the bells.
A frantic 48 hours to get on the front foot. Tough new deportation powers rammed through the lower house.
What a sham this whole process is.
The laws make it a crime for non-citizens to refuse to cooperate with deportation if they've exhausted all visa pathways. Failing to comply could see them spend between 1 and 5 years behind bars.
The non-cooperation with the government's removals efforts have been going on for far too long.
You're saying that someone who has a genuine fear of persecution for themselves or their kids can end up in jail?
The government also threatening to stop issuing visas to countries like Iran and Iraq that won't take their citizens back.
Put simply, we need these important tools to strengthen our migration system.
Before the High Court decides next month whether to release from detention an Iranian man who won't return home voluntarily, he says out of fear for his life. It could mean another 170 immigration detainees walk free, except they and many more on bridging visas could now fall foul of these new laws.
Only a government intending deliberate cruelty would come up with this legislation.
Which only landed on MPs' desks this morning.
Another day, another rushed patch-up job from a panicked government.
Labor's agreed to allow a committee to urgently scrutinise the laws tonight before attempting to rush them through the Senate tomorrow, the final chance before the High Court's verdict. Eliza Edwards, NBN News.
He's been remembered as a remarkable young man who left his mark on the world. Hundreds gathered in Melbourne today to farewell Jesse Baird, who was killed alongside his partner Luke Davies last month, allegedly by a New South Wales police officer.
After the horror of his murder, this was a farewell Jesse Baird deserved. A memorial, not a funeral, led by the people who loved him most.
My heart is broken, my darling boy, and I love you more than this world. There will never be another you.
It had been 5 weeks almost to the day since Jesse and his partner Luke Davies disappeared from Paddington. And we know how it ended. And the family's grief remains as raw as ever.
This year we'd planned to spend my 25th birthday together in Sydney. To my hero, I love you, I miss you, and I won't ever be the same without you.
350 people gathered in a convention centre on the outskirts of Melbourne this morning, celebrating a young life jam-packed with highlights. A champion water skier, an AFL goal umpire, and a love for the stage and acting.
He did less than some, but a hell of a lot more than most.
Jesse had two families, Channel 10, his second home, the shining star on several shows.
Jesse would light up any room. He was the life of the party, and you just wanted to be around him.
But it was a role as a son and a brother where he really stood out.
My beautiful, precious, loving, generous, caring and talented boy, our hearts and lives are changed forever and there is less sparkle in the world. I promise to fight for you and to make you proud. Growing up with you as my brother has been the greatest gift life has ever given me.
Being Jesse's sister definitely had its perks. I never paid for an AFL game. I scored VIP tickets to shows and musicals. But most of all, it had its perks because of the person he was and the reputation he had.
A promising career came to a crushing end when Jesse and Luke's bodies were found in a shallow grave at Bungonia near Goulburn. But today there was no mention of what happened as they said goodbye. This was an alleged crime that left not only these people, Jesse's family and friends, reeling, but the public as well. A police officer who's meant to serve and protect us, accused of 2 counts of murder. A memorial for 28-year-old Luke Davies will take place in Brisbane next month. Today, though, was about his partner, Jesse Baird, a young man who'd left his mark.
You squeezed 100 years of life into 26. Our hearts are broken. You'll be missed but never forgotten. This is your final show. Rest in peace, Jesse Owen Baird. Love always, your dad.
Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damien Ryan, NBN News.
A Mid-North Coast man has been accused of child abuse offences against an overseas victim. The 39-year-old was arrested at Taree yesterday morning following a tip-off from police in the US. Police allege he'd been using a social media platform to procure a 13-year-old girl outside of Australia to engage in sexual activity. He faced Taree local court today charged with 12 offences and was refused bail.
It was all hands on deck last night when a 20-metre yacht went up in flames at Port Stephens. Fire crews worked for hours to stop the blaze spreading. Thankfully, no one was injured.
It's something no boat owner wants to see. Flames erupting from the side of a yacht docked at Dielbora Marina at Nelson Bay. No one was on board. Instead, it was neighbouring skippers who alerted authorities before being evacuated.
Heaps of smoke. Black billowing smoke and smell of burning plastic fiberglass, so it was quite overwhelming actually, the smell.
11 fire crews, including a hazmat team from Newcastle, were called to the scene at around 7:30. Water police also on hand.
They had to reposition one of the neighbouring boats as a protective measure for that vessel, and luckily no other damage was sustained.
So grateful to all the fire emergency personnel that were here that kept all our other boats safe. So we've got a timber boat down on the end of the dock, so we were very concerned that if there was any sort of embers flying around that it would put our boat at risk.
Fire crews were still on the scene this morning with what's left of the sunken vessel cordoned off to stop pollution.
They've implemented a containment strategy using some booms, and that is working really well now. We've been monitoring with the changing tides and winds.
As for the clean-up, Maritime New South Wales is working with the owner and their insurance company to remove the wreckage as soon as possible. Police are now investigating how the fire started. Anyone with information is urged to contact Crime Stoppers. Tony Abragetti, NBN News.
A search operation on the Central Coast has sparked an urgent call to boaties to take care when logging on with marine rescue this Easter long weekend. Emergency services set off on Sunday after an 8-metre boat failed to return to Empire Bay on time. The 4 people on board were eventually found safe almost 3 hours later. Marine Rescue says the skipper had incorrectly entered the time the vessel would be back.
The Teachers Federation is putting pressure on the federal government over public school funding across the Hunter. It's rolling out a mobile billboard which will stop in each of the region's federal seats, highlighting shortfalls.
We've got private schools that are funded at the maximum level, and some are even at more than that. But at the same time, our public schools are missing out. That is unacceptable.
The union claims there's a funding gap of around $1.9 billion this year statewide, which equates to more than 10,000 permanent teachers.
A new housing development at Minmai is at the heart of a disagreement between the state government and Newcastle Council. The Lord Mayor will tonight move a motion asking for the 858-lot subdivision to be halted following its recent approval by the Regional Planning Panel.
It's a transparent, independent process and their determination will stand.
Residents in the area have raised environmental and traffic concerns. The developer, Winton Property Group, was contacted for comment.
Lake Macquarie will become a race driver's mecca in 3 years' time, with plans revealed for Australia's first dedicated motor resort. The project, located at a former coal mine site, will feature a circuit by a Formula One level designer.
You've heard of a golf resort, but what if instead of greens there was a racetrack?
After crossing the start-finish line, we head into Turn 1 and Turn 2.
At Wakefield today, the first sod was turned on an Australian-first motor resort.
This will be like a tourist mecca for people who are into motorsport.
The $95 million project, 7 years in the making, is the brainchild of Tony Palmer.
Where enthusiasts of motoring can come and enjoy stretching the legs of their machines in a safe environment.
Funded through private investment, the park will feature a 5.25 kilometre circuit designed by a company behind several used in the F1. There'll also be luxury accommodation, driver training facilities, a function centre and a go-kart track. 2 tiers of government have backed the project, approving BlackRock to repurpose the site of the former Rhondda Colliery.
It's true, the coal mine first started here in the late 1800s, finishing in 1971. We want to find more opportunities like this to encourage innovative use on former coal mining sites.
But unlike most racetracks which prioritise large-scale events, BlackRock Motor Resort will have a family focus.
We've got 100,000 active participants in motor clubs or car clubs around the country, and they don't have a home.
BlackRock also intends to use the motor resort to help improve safety on our roads. They'll provide driver training here on the circuit and aim to reduce hoon behaviour.
Roads are no place for speed. Roads are no place for hooning. Come and enjoy the speed of the cars in a safe, purpose-built environment.
Construction will support 450 local jobs, while the completed resort will employ around 230 people. One of Newcastle's top drivers giving it the thumbs up.
And everyone involved has done a great job to hopefully give an opportunity to local racing car drivers, especially young ones.
BlackRock Motor Resort will be ready for racing in around 3 years. Isabella Evans, NBN News.
The rebuild of Awabba House has moved a step closer. The historic home and cafe at Burrigal was destroyed by fire in 2019. Last night, Lake Macquarie Council selected a builder for plans that were approved 2 years ago.
Obviously, we have heritage restrictions as well, so yeah, we have to build a very similar building. It will be slightly larger, but virtually the same footprint. So hopefully we can save the facade, because that's really important out there. And yeah, looking forward to the building being very much like for like.
Work is expected to commence soon, but no exact date has been set.
Another warm one across the region and humid as well, despite it being a southerly along the coast, capping temperatures there into the high 20s. But again, across the valley floor, we reached the low 30s.
Next, mid-air scare, pilots shut down an engine on a Qantas plane after passengers hear a loud bang.
Rolling the dice on cashless gaming, the new technology being tested in northern New South Wales.
And a reprieve for ute and four-wheel drive owners ahead of new emission standards.
Macca's new bundle range. Perfect for small families, big families, and extended families. Value means more with the new Macca's bundle range.
It's the 2024 OMG sale. There's a $1,500 factory bonus on the MG ZST and $3,000 on the MG HS Plus EV. Get into your local MG dealership now. T&Cs apply.
I found him online. I'm definitely going to see him again.
Excellent. See you in 12 months, Emma?
Okay, great.
Because our stores are run by local optometrists, they put your care first, which can make them rather popular.
Scoring front row seats on the download? That's pretty good. But TPG's great value internet plans are even better, starting from an incredible $54.99 a month. So make the switch to TPG today.
Ladbrokes team, assemble! Chat, share bets, and get unrivaled access to racing experts now in the Ladbrokes app. You win some, you lose more.
Is your skin making you look older than you are? Are you fed up with chipped nails and barely there hair? Caruso's Hair, Skin and Nails to the rescue. Caruso's Hair, Skin and Nails is an all-in-one skin-nourishing nail strength and hair growth formula. It helps enhance skin health and collagen production, maintains hair growth and reduces nail chipping and splitting. Caruso's Hair, Skin and Nails is made in Australia and comes with a money-back guarantee. Look for it in the Caruso's Ageless Beauty range, available from Chemist Warehouse.
The Nick Scali Autumn Sale has been extended with up to 50% off selected lines. Save up to 50% of the autumn sale, extended till Monday at Nick Scali.
Our climate is becoming more unpredictable and we're seeing extreme weather. We all need to continue to make smart water choices so our supply lasts longer in any weather. For more tips and information, head to hunterwater.com.au.
Honda's SUV range is crafted to perfection. Take the sleek design, the spacious interior. Show me more! For a limited time, enjoy 7-year warranty, 7-year roadside assist and 5 standard low price services.
We enjoy seeing the familiar faces of the tilers and builders coming through regularly. Become friends with them. We really do care about our customers and their experience.
Tiles for your walls, tiles for your floor, save more at Tile Warehouse.
Breaking news, and a bridge in the US city of Baltimore has collapsed, with reports it was struck by a container ship. It's believed a mass casualty incident has been declared. Several vehicles were thought to be on the bridge at the time it fell into the water.
Qantas pilots have been forced to shut down an engine which suffered an issue on a trip from Melbourne to Perth. A passenger on board Qantas Flight 781 reported hearing a loud noise like a burst tyre before the plane landed last night.
They approached and landed with one engine, which is a practice procedure, so they did a good job.
The Airbus A330 taxied to its gate normally, with engineers then inspecting the aircraft.
Ute and four-wheel drive owners have been offered a small reprieve by the Albanese government ahead of a new fuel emission standards aimed at promoting hybrid and electric vehicles. The compromise has been endorsed by major manufacturers, but will still need to pass Parliament.
A lone ute on the morning commute in Canberra, but the heaviest traffic was in the building. Manufacturers lining up in a show of support for new vehicle emission standards.
You'll still be able to buy the vehicles you know and love.
They're not going very well.
The legislation will be introduced tomorrow. The government confident of the support of the Greens, despite hesitancy today.
The Greens aren't going to work with Labor on Monday to cut pollution if Labor's then going to work with Peter Dutton on Tuesday to lift pollution even more.
If passed, restrictions will apply to fleets of new vehicles from January 1. Charles Croucher, NBN News.
There's fresh tragedy for champion surfer Mick Fanning. His brother has died. It's believed Edward Fanning was living and working in Madagascar at a surf tour camp, but it's not known how he passed away. Edward is the third brother Mick has lost. Sean died in a car accident in 1998, and Peter died in his sleep in 2015.
Cashless gaming will be hitting more New South Wales pubs and clubs within weeks aimed at reducing the billions of dollars lost to pokies every year. Tonight, we can show you the technology that's being tested on thousands of machines.
It's so close to the border it operates on Queensland time, but Twin Town Services Club in Tweed Heads is changing the game for gaming in New South Wales. The state's first club in an expanded cashless gaming trial. Within weeks, all 596 machines will have the technology for patrons.
We're asking them to take the leap and go cashless.
All right, so we're going to sign you up to the new system today.
Gary and Janice Kershaw, club regulars for 27 years, trying it out.
I'm not really technical savvy.
No, we're old-fashioned.
So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes.
Gamers transfer money from their bank account onto the mobile app or card and use that to play instead of cash.
They can set daily limits, monthly limits, time limits.
It's aimed at reducing gambling harm as well as money laundering, but it's optional. Cash can still be used on all machines.
We have to get the balance right. We have to make sure that the technology keeps people safe, but at the same time we continue to have a vibrant industry.
Next in line, 720 machines at West HQ in Rooty Hill, then 25 other clubs and pubs, including Fingal Bay Sports Club, Shoalhaven Ex-Servicemen's Club, the Stag and Hunter Hotel in Mayfield, and Wyong Rugby League Club. All up, 5 different technology providers will be tested on around 4,000 machines. No other jurisdiction on the planet has rolled out technology quite like this. But then again, this is a problem unique to New South Wales. The Australia Institute says our state accounts for 1/3 of the world's poker machines outside casinos. More permanent plans will be up to an expert panel, and we'll see whether the bet pays off. Annalise Bolt, NBN News.
US federal agents have raided homes in Los Angeles and Miami belonging to rapper and music producer Sean Diddy Combs. Law enforcement sources say they're investigating allegations of human trafficking.
Heavily armed, dressed in fatigues and body armour, federal agents descended on the homes of legendary rapper Sean Diddy Combs.
We haven't seen any signs of P. Diddy himself.
His 2 sons were detained at his Holmby Hills estate, an exclusive suburb of Los Angeles, with more agents deployed at his Miami mansion, even approaching by boat.
They're going in and gathering up any electronic media to include any laptops, any flash drives.
When authorities conduct a raid like this, they like to come in with the element of surprise and with full force, and that is exactly what we are seeing here, with simultaneous raids unfolding on 2 sides of the country. Authorities remained tight-lipped as they shut down surrounding streets in LA.
I saw the big tanker with like about 6 officers on it.
An unexpected sideshow for those who came to see the stars. Good day to come on a Hollywood tour?
Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is something else.
Combs was later spotted pacing outside a Florida airport. Sources say the investigation is tied to allegations of human trafficking. The rapper has recently been accused of similar crimes in civil cases. One anonymous accuser responded to the raids. Hopefully this is the beginning of a process that will hold Mr. Combs responsible for his depraved conduct. Combs has repeatedly denied the allegations, calling them sickening. In the United States, Alison Petrowski, NBN News.
Back home and south of Narrabri to Coffs, it was very sunny and very warm. North of that line, though, it was overcast and wet as the remnants of ex-cyclone Megan continue to saturate southeast Queensland, especially that region into northeastern New South Wales. Will see another cloudy, wet day as the easterly winds continue to draw moisture. Further south along the coast, the cloud is going to increase, affecting the Newcastle to mid-north coast areas. Isolated showers will develop across the northwest. Another very warm, mostly sunny day is expected again.
Next, the divide between the US and Israel deepens as the UN makes an unprecedented call for a ceasefire in Gaza.
A Tweed Heads landlord fined following a house fire that claimed 6 lives.
And meet the hero bank teller who stopped a pensioner from losing millions to a scam.
What could your next 14-day holiday look like with Trip-A-Deal?
Experience Sri Lanka and Maldives from $3,499 per person, including flights. Take in the sights of exotic Sri Lanka, rich with history, culture and beauty. Then relax with all-inclusive food and drink at a luxury Maldives resort. Plus, earn and use Qantas points on every booking. For bucket list experiences at unbelievable prices, head to tripadeal.com.au.
Make your Easter sparkle with the Lindt Gold Bunny.
Now's the time to move during the LDV 2023 plate clearance. Get the 7-seat D90 SUV from just $34,990 drive away for ABN holders. Visit an LDV dealer to test drive the D90 today. LDV, bring it on.
The Thompsons' new roof racks from Super Cheap Auto mean they can bring all their creature comforts Easter camping. Except towels. They forgot the towels. However you Easter, make it super. Super Cheap Auto.
Life's messy. For a superior washable finish, choose Dulux Wash and Wear. Worth doing, worth Dulux.
When my hearing changed, Audica understood. I don't just want to keep hearing my friends. I want to keep being me.
Book a hearing check with one of our experts and see how our personalised care can help you keep being you. Love your ears at Audica.
The Nick Scali Autumn Sale has been extended with up to 50% off selected lines. Save up to 50% of the autumn sale, extended till Monday at Nick Scali.
You can't escape it. You're faced with choices every single day. But whatever choice you face, we're here to help. Hunter Primary Care.
Experience Sri Lanka and Maldives from $3,499 per person, including flights. Tour exotic Sri Lanka and relax with all-inclusive food and drink at a Maldives resort. Head to tripadeal.com.au.
You're watching NBN News. These are our top local stories. 2 men have been found guilty of murdering Hunter drug dealer David King in 2021. A jury today decided Elijah Cage and Max Lowcock planned to rob him and went to an ice deal armed with a shotgun. A man's been arrested in Taree and accused of child abuse offences against an overseas victim. Tamworth's new ambulance station has opened with the New South Wales Health Minister on hand to do the honours. It's good news for movie lovers on the Mid-North Coast, with Regional Cinemas Australia taking ownership of 4 Majestic cinemas after the company entered voluntary administration. And motorsport fans can rejoice too. Lake Macquarie is set to receive a motor resort at the site of a former coal mine.
A landlord has been fined for failing to install compliant smoke alarms after a fire killed a father and 5 children at a Queensland property in August 2023. The Tweed Heads woman was absent from court today, pleading guilty via a written letter. She was ordered to pay the maximum fine of $667.25.
For the first time, the United Nations Security Council has voted for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. It's a very public display of the deepening split between the Israeli government and the White House.
A historic moment as the UN Security Council votes for a Gaza
by Chinese hackers in 2021, but the data that was taken wasn't sensitive in nature. The government says it isn't going to introduce sanctions over the incident. 3 more men have appeared in court on terrorism charges over the Russian concert hall massacre. Vladimir Putin has now admitted the gunmen behind the attack were radical Islamists, but stopped short of saying it was ISIS. The French president says the same group has attempted several attacks in his country.
An emergency exit for Boeing's CEO, with Dave Calhoun announcing he'll leave the aircraft manufacturer at the end of the year. It's part of a broader management shake-up and follows a series of safety issues, including the Alaska Airlines flight that lost a door panel mid-air. And prices soaring once again, threatening the cost of your favourite chocolates more.
It's been the commodity on everyone's lips this year. There simply isn't enough cocoa to go around.
A customer in her 70s almost lost millions to a scam before a bank employee stepped in. The case has inspired a new online safety feature which uses artificial intelligence to better protect all customers.
Milena Kowalski has worked at Westpac for 18 years. She's seen it all. So when a woman recently came into the branch to cancel her home insurance, Milena sensed something was wrong.
I asked and she said, I'm selling my house. So I asked, why are you selling? And she was a little bit nervous. She said, I have to sell. I have to help my son.
Milena invited her into her office where the customer revealed the real reason she needed the money was for her boyfriend, who she claimed was in prison overseas.
And my first question was, please tell me when the last time he took you out for a coffee. And she looked and she said, actually, never. We met online.
The woman did, however, have photographs of the man she was in love with, but when Milena reverse searched the images in Google, her suspicions were confirmed.
All the photos she received, they were online, but with different names.
As bank branches close across the country, it's a demonstration of the value of face-to-face customer service. But with 96% of payments now made online, Westpac's head of fraud says the bank wanted to replicate that interaction for digital transactions.
You're trying to bottle up magic like Marlena's training in a human being and put that in a digital experience.
Westpac today rolling out a new security feature. Using artificial intelligence, SaferPay can identify high-risk transactions and block customers from transferring funds to scam accounts.
This is a real digital conversation. The sort of questions you might ask, you know, if you spoke to a loved one and they said, I'm about to send $50,000 to some far corner of the world.
For Milena, it's personal. Her own father lost everything to a scam, and she doesn't want others to suffer the same fate.
We do care. We definitely care. And when we see those red flags, we act.
Kate Creedon, NBN News.
Yes, the scammers never stop, do they?
Keep going.
All right, let's move to sport now with Adam Murray.
Adam, the Panthers don't seem all that concerned about Nathan Cleary's hamstring injury.
It may only keep him out for a week, but that's not the Stars' only problem. We'll hear about the other painful one next. Also ahead, the Knights become Easter Bunnies ahead of their Trans-Tasman clash, and another career first for Alex de Minaur.
Another Triton on the loose.
The new gen Mitsubishi Triton has landed.
Nothing can frighten a Triton.
New Fairy 30-Minute Miracle works in just 30 minutes. It dares to show what really happens inside your dishwasher. Fairy rehydrates and breaks down tough, baked-on food in 30 minutes. Miracle. No pre-wash, no rewash. Try it.
Right now with Bupa, get up to 10 weeks free when you join on eligible products, plus up to 700 everyday rewards dollars. That's a lot of pineapples. Search Bupa 10 weeks free today.
Emerald Cruises brings you a new era of luxury yacht cruising in the Mediterranean. Early bird offers out now. Cruise from just $6,695. Contact your travel agent or visit emeraldcruises.com.au.
Ghostbusters is the must-see movie of the year.
Look what I found for movie night.
Is that family friendly?
I hope not.
Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire.
Medicines just got cheaper for a range of ongoing health conditions. Now, selected PBS medicines can be prescribed for 60 days, giving you twice the medication on a single prescription.
Saving you money and time.
Ask your doctor if a 60-day prescription is right for you, or visit health.gov.au/cheaper medicines.
Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
At Spotlight's Easter bargain sale, save with 50% off ready-to-hang Venetians, 50% off block-out curtains, and VIP save 40% off all apparel and quilting fabric by the metre. So hang it, open it and make it for less, all backed by our bargain guarantee. Sale on now. At Spotlight, it's what you make it.
At Mojo, our homes now come with 7-star as standard. Plus, we're also including a huge $65,000 cash discount. So if your builder isn't offering 7-star as standard, visit Mojo Homes today.
I was the executor, and things were getting really testy with the family. I didn't know where it would all end up. Beyersdorf came in and sorted the whole thing out. I'm so glad we spoke to Beyersdorf.
Get it sorted. Call Beyersdorf Lawyers.
Meet Nicole. I was told that I had plantar fasciitis. Everything changed when she got fitted for Good Feet arch supports. Within a week or two, I noticed such a difference. See if arch supports can help you too at the Good Feet store.
A week or two on the sidelines to deal with a minor hamstring strain may be a blessing in disguise for Panthers superstar Nathan Cleary. Coach Ivan Cleary today revealing his son will get the chance to rest another injury which has been causing him trouble this season.
The top cat looking a bit proppy as he walked into training, but his dad and coach didn't seem concerned.
With Mitch Moses expected to miss 2 months of footy with a broken foot, the Eels have named Blaze Talangi in the halves this week, shifting Dylan Brown to the halfback. Leo Thompson will miss Newcastle's Easter Sunday clash against the Warriors after accepting a one-match ban for dangerous contact. His front row partner Jacob Saifidi admitting the Knights pack will have to aim up in his absence. A figurehead on the field, Jacob Saifidi is also one away from the game, today leading a visit to John Hunter Children's Hospital.
Probably don't get up here as much as I'd like with our busy schedule and all, but it's something I definitely take pride in.
The forward, along with Jaden Brayley and Dylan Lucas, bearing gifts ahead of the Easter long weekend.
He's got a heart of gold, Jay Saf. He's the enforcer on the field, but then off the field he does things like this, and it's inspirational, I think.
Young Savannah was caught up in an awkward tackle while playing junior footy on Sunday, severely breaking her leg. A signed jersey, the same the Knights will wear this Sunday, helping to ease the pain.
Hopefully the kids can watch the game this weekend and hopefully put a smile on their face when we're playing.
With regular front row partner Leo Thompson suspended for the Warriors match, Safidi is happy to be Newcastle's hitman.
I'll definitely try and be that head of the snake and lead by example against a really good pack. Adam and Mitch played really well last week. They've been two of the better props for the last couple of years, so I'm excited for the challenge.
The Knights leave for Auckland on Friday, a city they haven't won in since 2019.
It's no excuses. We've played it either home, other away games and won there, so we'll be looking to do that this week.
Jaden Brayley has been named on the bench again after making his long-awaited return in last weekend's win over the Storm.
Definitely something to build off. A little bit rusty, but there's some really good, really positive things there for myself as well.
The game is also a milestone for Adam O'Brien, his 100th as head coach. Essendon's Peter Wright is currently fronting the AFL Tribunal for his brutal hit which knocked out Sydney's Harry Cunningham on Saturday night. The Swans veteran is facing an indefinite stint on the sidelines as he recovers from concussion. His teammates tested their water skills today, enjoying a picturesque recovery session at Bondi, soaking up the sun and enjoying a refreshing dip. Alex de Minaur's career best form shows no sign of slowing. The Aussie charging into the fourth round at the Miami Open for the first time in his career. De Minaur did it with ease, beating German Jan-Lennard Struff in straight sets 7-6, 6-4 in 1 hour and 49 minutes. Next, he's still got it. 52-year-old Kelly Slater upstages one of the favourites at Bells.
Macca's new bundle range. Perfect for small families, big families, and extended families. Value means more with the new Macca's bundle range.
Uni or theory, no action? Make the switch to TAFE New South Wales. Whether you like to fly it, style it, brew it, or code it, get hands-on, affordable, practical learning. Make the switch. Search TAFE New South Wales Switch.
Hey, how do I move this?
Try that one.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know nobody should ever ask you to send pictures of yourself? If you're not sure, you can always talk to me, okay?
Yeah, cool.
Every conversation brings us closer to a world without child sexual abuse. Let's end child sexual abuse, one talk at a time. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
Want plumper skin in 1 hour? Try L'Oreal Paris Revitalift Hyaluronic Acid Serum, $26.99 at Chemist Warehouse. It's scientifically proven to reduce the appearance of wrinkles for plumper, bouncier skin. Live, look, feel fabulous at Chemist Warehouse.
All Australians should always have free and easy access to the Australian shows we love to talk about, the local news we trust, the events that bring us together, and the sports we love to watch. But bit by bit, your favourite free shows are going behind a wall with content you need to pay for. Visit freeforeveryone.com.au to support easy access to free TV before we all pay the price.
There's a place that supports local causes on your doorstep, your local IGA.
And you can help by buying products with an IGA community chest ticket.
Our IGAs help local kids have important things like excursions, uniforms and even laptops.
Our IGA helped fund clown doctors at the local hospital.
Sometimes laughter is the best medicine.
With over 1,300 local IGAs, together we can make a big difference.
And it won't cost you more to help.
The world of musicals in concert is back with a brand new production, with an international cast performing all your favourite songs from all the hit musicals in one concert event. The world of musicals in concert is simply not to be missed. Book now.
Lyle Buick Autumn Sale. Save up to 50% on Stressless, IMG, Domicile, Corium, Fabrica. On now at Lyle Buick, Northcote Drive, Katara.
If you're in the market for an opening roof, now's the time to talk to Patio World and get a stylish LED lighting in-blade upgrade absolutely free. But hurry, only for a limited time. Patio World. So come talk to Patio World today.
He's almost as old as the competition itself, but Kelly Slater has again stolen the spotlight at Bells Beach. The 11-time world champion won his first heat back from a hip injury. And Hunter Surfers have started well. Ryan Callanan's score of 13 easily taking him through the round of 32, while Morgan Siblick showed why he secured a wild card for the event. He posted 2 sixes to finish second behind world number 4, Jack Robinson. The finals are out of reach for the men's Jets. Their focus now, simply finishing the season on a high. Fresh from a weekend off, thanks to the international break, players say they're fit and firing ahead of Saturday's game in Melbourne.
It's been a tough season for Reno Piscopo, who's been in and out of the squad due to injury.
I've been feeling good. It's been a frustrating year. I've put that all behind me now. I just want to focus on the future.
That begins with Melbourne City, a side still within reach of the top 6.
They'll be hot at the moment. But like I said, this is the week that we're going to go through everything, go through Melbourne City and see what the plan is.
But there's no shortage of unknowns for the Jets late in the season. The club is still yet to secure a new owner, and Piscopo, for one, is off contract.
I haven't really been focusing on next year. Like I said, just this year, and want to finish off the season on a high and, do as best as I can.
Meanwhile, the women's Jets are down a goalkeeper, with Izzy Nino handed a 2-match suspension for a heated moment last Saturday. The American has taken to Instagram, thanking the community for its support and saying her only intention was to protect her teammates. 17-year-old Lily Rose Dunbar will step up in her place. Sophie Scanlon, NBN News.
The Wildfires are looking to a home turf advantage to give them the edge this season, but it's not how you might think. The side opens its Shoot Shield campaign on Saturday week on the back of a sleepover at number 2 Sports Ground.
They made the quarterfinals in 2023, but Wildfires prop Boabra says the squad was missing one thing.
We couldn't handle the pressure, and there was an inner
belief that we didn't have that we could actually win.
That won't be the case this year, though, thanks to an unusual approach during pre-season designed to create a deeper bond among the players.
We camped at the Oval, number 2. We stayed there Friday night and then got woken up 4 a.m. on Saturday morning to do like a boot campy sort of thing. We were sort of walking around Newcastle for about 7.5 hours, carrying around logs and a tyre and some ropes and stuff.
The sleep out, a Coleman family classic. Waratah's coach Darren Coleman, brother of Wildfire's coach Scott, previously camped at Allianz Stadium with his Super Rugby squad.
It's kind of a thing our dad used to do, really, to be honest. Dad was a football coach, and if we can get the guys to open up and break that little wall down and share some stories and different things about themselves, I think the guys care about each other a lot more than they do otherwise.
While world-class forward coaches are helping make the Wildfires a force to be reckoned with.
Especially Bladesy for me, our scrum's going to be really strong and we're going to use it as a weapon this year.
And they'll need it. First up, they open their season against reigning Shute Shield holders Randwick on Saturday week. Montana Clare, NBN News.
He scored a class win in the Bathurst 6-hour last year, and Newcastle's Cody Mackay is set to hit the track again this weekend, this time driving for Osborne Motorsport in the Giant Killing C class.
He runs a really, really professional operation, so it's a real honour to be called up, and he's a Novocastrian himself, so it's good to have, two Newcastle guys going for it.
And all the racing begins on Friday. And good luck to him.
You'll be loving that.
I will.
Thanks, Adam.
Love local sport. Thank you, Adam. Up next, weather. Easter almost here. What's going to happen? You'll find out straight after the break.
A hard-working family living in limbo, forced to close their kebab shop, facing deportation.
I can't believe it.
A current affair next.
For only $5.95 at Macca's, grab a small hot barista-made coffee and a BLT McMuffin. Make a good morning great. Value means more at Macca's for breakfast.
Sunboost is continuing to hold prices down on leading home solar systems and batteries. The huge 6.6 kilowatt premium system held to an unbeatable $36.91. Pair with a home battery with up to $1,000 off till March 31 only.
Call 1300 Sunboost.
If you can't live without Netflix,
Can't live without Netflix.
then you can't live without the AGL Netflix electricity plan, with Netflix included for the life of your plan.
AGL do that?
They do that.
Where have you been all my life?
Join AGL's Netflix electricity plan today.
Did you know that most garage doors don't lock when they shut? So you could protect your garage with one of these. Or you could just get a B&D garage door, because when a B&D door is shut, it can be locked shut. Is your garage as safe as can B&D?
Play for Oz. The next world champ. Don't like our beef.
Hope you've had your Weet-Bix. Also available in Weet-Bix Bites. Try them today.
Now's the time to move during the LDV 2023 play clearance. Get the 160 kilowatt T60 Max from just $36,990 drive away for ABN holders. Visit an LDV dealer to test drive the T60 Max today. LDV, bring it on.
Looking for your next dream project? Make it come true during the Stratco Dream Big Sale. Get no deposit, 72 months interest-free finance on Stratco gable roof sheds and outback patios with Hum 90. Terms and conditions apply. However you dream, Stratco will bring the how-to.
The Nick Scali Autumn Sale has been extended with up to 50% off selected lines. Save up to 50% of the autumn sale, extended till Monday at Nick Scali.
Experience the global Irish music and dance sensation that has captivated audiences and taken the UK and US by storm. A Taste of Ireland returns on its world tour as performers from the West End Lord of the Dance star in this powerhouse event. Don't miss out.
Well, it's been a magnificent start to the week. Not as pretty over Easter, but not too bad. Details in a moment. This evening's weather shot last night. How was that moon, that golden glow as it rose? Mick getting a fabulous shot over Nobby's Headland, where our weather station is as well. The past 24 hours, very wet over Queensland and northern New South Wales, very wet over the Territory, but it's almost over. The remnants from ex-tropical cyclone Megan beginning to move offshore, just about completely dissipated now. So north of Coffs Harbour, it's been very grey, very overcast and very wet, but south of, it's been sunny and warm, and wow, haven't we had a beautiful taste of that. It's not over for this system over the inland areas. That's going to ramp up again next week, in fact. But across the northern New South Wales coast, it's going to be wet, and the same for the Queensland coast, and some increased cloud locally, and a brief shower will be possible as those southerly winds kick in yet again. Otherwise, most of southern Australia is fine. It's still very warm in the west for Perth, drying up and heating up. In the Alice, back to 27, glorious for Adelaide, 21, partly cloudy. Risk of a shower for Melbourne, Sydney. Brisbane is going to be grey and wet. It's not a pretty picture there, but the capital isn't half bad. Sunny and warm for this time of the year. Talking of warmth, we've had our fair share of it, up into over 30. Some consistent days there to start the week for the valley, and temperatures capped off in the high 20s again, thanks to the mostly south-southeasterly winds kicking in each day, and another day of it again tomorrow. And it hasn't been humid, even though we've had the southerlies. Wow, it's sultry, very warm in the sunshine along the coast. A little bit of increased cloud tomorrow morning, and the chance of a drizzle patch or a shower with that moving through. That's not going to equate to much by any means, but we're going to see some shower icons in the forecast because of that, and temperatures mid-20s for the central coast. And we're looking again at the mid to high 20s, 25s to 27s generally around the Newcastle suburban area up to Port Stephens. And we push inland, it's the same story. A little bit cooler, increased cloud cover. The southerly winds trying to keep temperatures below the 30-degree mark for most, but once you get beyond Muswellbrook, Merriwa, Scone, etc., we're going to see the 30s unfold. And inland, it is going to be quite an amazing Easter, sunny and very, very dry. But that's not amazing for people around Merriwa who want rain. Offshore swell about 2.5 metres there. Seas light on, those onshore winds again building a little bit. Sun to rise 7 a.m. now, down just before 7 p.m. Early low tide hitting the high 10:30 tomorrow morning, back to the low in the afternoon 4:30. Waves about 1 metre, southerly direction again, wave period just below 10 seconds. Partly cloudy, risk of a shower is with us as we move through the next couple of days. Over Easter, not too bad. 26, 27 degrees. Fairly comfortable, should be dry. Overall, it's a pretty nice looking Easter for most, with that shower activity drying up over the next couple of days, or more so the risk of, particularly for the central coast and the coastal areas. Let's take a look at the surf, the beach, warm and sunny. The water is magnificent. You had a bit of a wait in between the sets and you had to be at the right place at the right time, but there were some nice banks. There weren't too many out today, and there was actually some really nice fun little waves about. Just out enjoying the conditions at the moment. And overall, it looks like we've got more of the same.
Thanks, Gav. Now to more on that breaking news out of the US, and authorities say they're trying to rescue several people who were on the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore when it collapsed. It's believed multiple cars are in the water after a cargo ship smashed into one of the pylons. And that's our bulletin for this Tuesday. A current affair is next, and we'll have more in the late news at 10 past 10.
So thanks for your company from all of the NBN team.
Good night.
Good night.